Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my weekly reading update for March 25th, 2018. So, this reading week was kind of weird. I actually did read quite a bit, I think, overall. I mean, I wasn't super high, but I was consistently reading. So that was good, because the last couple weeks have not been all that great. But, I'll have linked down below a video I made yesterday about, just trying to back off of all the pressures I was putting on myself for my TBR, as well as with library books coming in, and just kind of pulling back from what everybody else is reading and trying to, again, focus on what I want to read or reread in the case that it could be. So I just, if you guys want to see that, I'll have that link down below. But anyway, I did actually have a good reading week, and I think this next week is going to be even better. So let's, I'm going to talk about the books that I read, the one I'm currently reading, and then the one that I'm going to read next. Hopefully, we'll see. So I did finally finish Conspiracy in Death by J.D. Robb. This is book 8 in the In Death series. So this is a futuristic police procedural following Lieutenant Eve Dallas, and I really, really enjoyed these books, the first 7. This book stalled me out. So 3 years ago, I started this book. I got to the subplot to this book drove me crazy, and I just did not enjoy that. So last week I was about 150, so I had at least made progress from the 85 pages I read, years ago. Anyway, so I returned to this, and I got to 200, and that is when everything changed and it became good again. So again, the mystery is really good, just the subplot didn't do anything for me. Like, I was upset about it, but Anyway, so this was good, done. So now I still have like 20 some books that I own that I got in a used book sale. And I know there's like 46 out there. So and she writes like 2 a year. So I'm going to be behind probably for years. But I do want to keep reading these every once in a while, because my mom has read them all. So, I should read them. So I'm hoping to pick up more of those later. Maybe this summer I'll pick up another one. And I'll just, pick it up here and there. But I really did enjoy that. Oh, so I am participating in March Mystery Madness, because it's pretty low-key to pick mysteries, and it's just been fun to do that this month. And I'm actually now glad, since it got me past this book, because I've had this on my currently reading forever. So this is my opposite pick. So I didn't know what to put it as, but the only way to make it work was to make it an opposite. And the opposite to that is the book I picked up next, which was Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. So this is my historical pick for March Mystery Madness, and I'm really glad I read this. Turns out it is a reread. I actually did read this book. I just don't remember any of it until I start reading it. So it was kind of weird. It was a weird read. So this took me most of the week, but I really enjoyed the writing. I think it was just compelling, and even when I wasn't super happy about certain things, well, I'll talk about in a second here, but I wanted to pick it up. I wanted to read this. I wanted to continue in this world. Like, her descriptions of Mandalay were just awesome. I mean, it was fantastic. Anyway, I really liked that. And then the mystery elements were fun. I really got into that. So my problem, though, is that the main character nearly destroyed this book for me. She drove me crazy, and I get why everybody, I understand to a certain point why this is a lot of people's favorite book. It is a beautiful book, overall. Like, I think, again, the writing is just phenomenal. Except this this female character, again, she's unnamed, so we don't have a name for her. But she drove me crazy. Like, I was ready to drop this book several times, because she would not do anything. She was so passive in certain areas, and it would just drive me crazy. That's not what I read books for passive people. So it was really hard for me. I think that's the best way I can put that. And again, I'm really glad I reread this, because I do realize I do want to read more Daphne du Maurier, because I love her writing. But this main character is not for me. So if you guys have read other Daphne du Mauriers, which one should I pick up that does not have a main character like that? What should be my next pick? I just don't know where to go with this, but I really want to read another one and see if I like it. I mean, I do have her, The Birds, and other stories. I'm not a short story person. I do want to read The Birds because I love that movie, that Hitchcock movie. But, I don't know. I want to read one more of her novels, and I'm not sure what to pick up. So let me know what you think. But I really enjoyed the book. This is sad. It was really hard also in some ways. So, but still, I think it's really funny that I don't remember any of it until I was reading it. And I'd get to a scene or meet a character and I'd be like, oh, I remember him. Oh, I remember that happening. But I did not remember any of the action or any of the plot points. Like, I didn't remember any of that. So it was really pretty much like a new read. I do want to put out there that if you guys have read Rebecca and you've also read Jane Eyre, Katie from Books and Things has a great discussion video about both those books and their similarities and differences that I just saw yesterday. It was a phenomenal video, and again, it was really timely since I just finished Rebecca. So I'm gonna have that link down below if you guys want to see that. But that was really great. Anyway, so I finished that on Friday night, and so I knew Saturday I was gonna pick something else because it was really late at night. I had to finish the book before I went to bed on Friday. I just like, I have to know, and then I'm like, ah. So I decided to pick a book that I feel is probably influenced by Rebecca. And just because I've been thinking about a lot of the books that I have read in the past that Rebecca was reminding me of as I was reading it. And I was heavily influenced by my parents let me read pretty much anything, especially in my, teens. They did not care. I was such a voracious reader. They didn't care. They let me read horror and fantasy and mysteries and any kind by any author. And again, in my time period, our young adult section wasn't that great. So it was not very good. So I didn't buy a lot there except for like maybe Christopher Pike, like the little horror stuff and R.L. Stine and stuff. But mostly I stayed out of that. I pretty much, from 13 on, I was in the adult sections. So I read a lot of books that my parents had on their shelves, and my mom had a lot of what I would say were romantic suspense novels. Now, they call Rebecca the classic tale of romantic suspense, and I don't think this is romantic at all. It's not. To me, that does not compute with what that novel was. But a lot of the books that I read that my mom and my grandmothers all had by certain authors that were writing in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, I would consider that they were more romantic suspense because their romance was actually a little bit more into the picture than I think Rebecca was. I don't see the romance in that. Anyway, so I picked up one of the old ones that I hadn't read in years. I've read almost all of her books. There's a few books I didn't really want to read, but she wrote a lot of them. But I picked up a Victoria Holt novel, and this is Mistress of Mellyn. And it actually says on the back about, not since Rebecca has, a woman have to deal with a haunted mansion. Anyway, it's great. No. Anyway, but look at this cover. Sorry. So this is printed is published in 1960. This copy is actually like from then. But it's like got Bible thin pages. It's like really tinky, but it's like 240 pages. I mean, it's not a long novel, but sorry, my phone. I really enjoy a lot of Victoria Holt's books, and she's one I would say was really heavily influenced by Daphne and Maurice, just from the way the books are. So anyway, this is about a governess who goes to this Mellyn to teach the young child of the master of the house. And his wife had died a year before, and there's some mysteries involved with some of the things and some things going on later. And again, so it has that kind of that mystery vibe, and she's not sure what's going on and blah, blah, blah. And then there is a romance, in there. So I'm really enjoying this. I'm like 25 pages from the end, but I couldn't finish it because I went to get my hair done this afternoon, and I couldn't wear my glasses at all, even when I was waiting for timing wise, because they just wouldn't let me put my glasses on. So I didn't get to read it. So I'm going to finish it here tonight. So talking about books that are kind of inspired by Rebecca, I think I'm going to pick up another book. This one's from 1977, another decade, and that is The Stone Bull by Phyllis A. Whitney. Now, I read this when I was a teenager as well. This is my grandmother's copy. She gave it to me many years ago. She got it used. So, anyway, it has Stone Bull in it. See? Anyway, so this is another romantic suspense. Again, that's what Phyllis A. Whitney wrote. So I was gonna say, so the main character has a sister who has just recently died, and the main character, she feels bad because she didn't drop everything to go to her sister, and so she blames herself for her sister's death. And so she's kind of down and out, kind of just upset about everything, and she meets this man, and they have like a whirlwind romance, and he takes her back to his family home where something weird is going on because nobody wants to talk to her, or they don't talk to her the right way. They kind of hide things from her, and she's not sure what's going on. Like, they know something that she doesn't know. So anyway, I remember liking this a lot when I was a teenager, and I don't remember the last time I read that one either. So the Victoria Holt as well as the Phyllis A. Whitney, I've read them several times. I can't tell you the last time I did a reread on them. So they're going to be pretty fresh. Like, I didn't remember anything on The Mistress of Melin. It's the same way as Rebecca. I'd read it and I'm like, I know I read this, but I can't remember any of it until I've read it. And then I go, oh yeah, I remember that. So it's been kind of fun to relive a lot of these books. So the only other book I'm currently reading, I just want to put out there again, is On the Map by Simon Garfield. It's on Maps. I'm still trying to get through this. I did read about 25 pages last week, but it's not compelling me to pick it up. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I still have over half the book to read, and I really want to move on to something else that's more compelling, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So I'm going to give it another week. I'm going to get it to the end of March, and if by then I haven't really picked it up or I haven't really gotten into it, I might just put it aside and come back to it later. I don't know. I hate to give up on it, but it's been 2 months, and I want to move on and read something other than that. So then the only other thing that I kind of plan to read this week is for read-along. Now, as I said, I'm not doing a whole lot of them, but this one is kind of different because it's a serialized read along. So Katie, also from Books and Things, she's doing a Dickens read along for Bleak House. So I think we're supposed to read like 4 or 5 chapters every month for the next 18 months or something. I'm not sure if that's how the dates come out. I know something like that. So I have 4 chapters to read, the first 4 chapters in this, and so we're starting this month. So I have a week until the end of March, so I kind of want to at least give it a shot. I'm not sure I'm going to like serial reading. I'm definitely mostly one of those people who reads one book at a time till the end. So, I mean, again, nonfiction kind of is the only time I don't do that, or with an audiobook or whatever, but most of the time I don't read like that, especially big fat books like this. So we'll see. It's kind of big, so I don't know how that's gonna go. So I am excited because I have not read Dickens in years. Like, I don't think I've picked one up since college. Yeah, I don't think so. So it's been a really long time. It's not the one I voted for. But I figure since they're going to start it, I will join in. And if I decide that reading it serially is not for me, I will just stop, and then I'll pick a time where I will read the whole thing all together. I'm going to give it a shot, but because it's different. And that sounds fun to me. So anyway, that is my update. Hey, how are your guys' reading doing? What's going on with you? Anything good? I don't know. So, hopefully, I'm going to enjoy my reading this week. I'm kind of looking forward to doing some of these more rereads. And then I'm going to, as I said, I have a whole bunch of stuff I want to get to, but not everything is stuff that you might see on other channels. So we'll see what happens. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.